tell you a secret. YouTubers are not necessarily experts on what they talk about. It's just that they've discovered a certain topic that people are already interested in. So then as YouTubers, we keep making videos to cater to that audience and grow that audience. And this is a prime example of that. I made a video quite recently, and it was called MyHeritage DNA Test Results, but Italy is younger than the United States of America, which goes back to why I feel so little Italian DNA tends to show up in people who believe that they're so Italian. My mom, being half Italian as an American, but her grandparents coming here from Italy, I mean, half of her DNA came from there, you know, but yet she's 4.5% Italian. The majority of her DNA is Sephardic Jewish, like 15.2, is that right? 15.2%, and then 14.1%, I think it is, West Asian, which is Iran, Iraq, and Turkey. All right, so I am fascinated by how little Italian we actually are. So many of us, so many people have related to me in the comments saying, yeah, this has been the case for me too. So I made this video saying, but ultimately, and I only recently learned this, while we think of the United States as a young country, comparatively speaking, it's not. And I made a video saying Italy is much younger than the United States. Germany, similar situation there too. But let's look at this comment that Christopher Grillo left on that video that I made. MyHeritage DNA test results, but Italy is younger than the United States. He says, quote, wow, surprised that you didn't know that since you have Italian ancestry. To this day, Italy is very regional when it comes to culture, cuisine, dialect. My family immigrated in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and always considered themselves Calabrese first before Italian. The whole concept of Italy as a unified nation was a new idea at the time when most Italians immigrated to America. That is why many Italians identify themselves by region, Sicilian, Venetian, Neapolitan, etc. End quote. And you know what, now that I got that comment today, I've thought about it. Yeah, exactly. I can think of so many instances where I met people of Italian heritage and they're talking about regions. And I'm thinking, wow, that's very specific, that's very detailed. But what if in theory they were, instead of announcing the nationality of the place they came from, they were talking about something much more specific than that? In theory, Italian is quite arbitrary in contrast to the regions that predated this construct of Italy. So I think that's very interesting. And I know that my mom, and she's been in lots of my videos, she's always told me that we were of Sicilian descent via Italy. But again, imagine, and I'll let you do the logistics on this, knowing though that most of her DNA is actually Spanish, Jewish, and Middle Eastern, was there more mixing going on in southern Italy? Or because there was also regions of southern Italy. So we're talking about southern Italy, and we're talking about Sicilian, we're talking about that part of Italy. Was that more open to Jewish and Middle Eastern, since that's the majority, and since she's only 4.5%. So in theory, I'm a quarter Italian. I'm a quarter Italian descent. But my heritage showed that I was 0% Italian. So, and a lot of people will say that they see that a lot in me. They see the Iberian, the Spanish. They see the Native American, because my mom's Mexican on the other side, and they see the Jewish. So I do think that's interesting, but going back to regions, because Italy did not exist when people were moving over here. And in my case, my great-grandfather had moved here right at about 100 years ago. I mean, pretty much right on it. So what an interesting concept. I've learned something today. I'm grateful. Let's keep this conversation going right here, thanks to you leaving a comment.